Welcome back, everyone, to Corsace Open 2023, one of the final matches in the round of robin weekend. Coming at you here, Grease Monkey Deluxe versus SWAGLORDS. Fiery Rage, once again, joined by Chillier Pair. How's it going, Chillier Pair?
Whoop whoop, new match time, let's go. I am starting to finally wake up as it is past 12 in the afternoon, and as we all know, all US players do not actually wake up until 2 in the afternoon, so we're getting there, but we've got
I was thinking more like 5 in the afternoon for most of them, honestly.
5 in the evening. Once all of Europe has gone to bed, we finally wake up. We cannot exist in the same time.
No, we'll be ready to play at 3 a.m. Don't worry about it.
It's all good. It's all good. We've got 2 good teams lining up again. We've had some solid matchups for these past 3 here. 2 high-seeded, 2 high BWS teams coming up. We've got Grease Monkey Deluxe, a bit more of a mix of players on this side. They have their manager, Paper Candle. They will be fronted by Kablaze, Zoomer, Bunny Like Money, You're Cute, also known as JP, Penguinzy, and Melver. On the side of SWAGLORDS, a team that we have seen play a couple matches thus far, is the full Canadian team. They're managed by Yip. They'll be fronted by Vesperit, Genderbender, Woofle, Tuslo, Vineopoly, and Jamara. For those of you, Genderbender is also known as Ramindra, if that's the name that you know them by. And they are a solid team, as we've seen in their first few matches here. Both of these teams stacking up against each other with a lot of overlapping skill sets.
A couple of OWC players, or OWC tier players on both of these teams. Kablaze, obviously, on the OWC team a couple of times for United States. Zoomer, New Zealand prodigy, up and coming, top 5 in the world, I would say, at this point. And meanwhile, on the side of SWAGLORDS, a lot of Canadian OWC players, Tuslo, Vineopoly, Woofle, Vesperit. A lot of them already been playing on Canadian teams prior. So, very well-rounded rosters for both of these players. Grease Monkey, obviously, a bit more international than just all Canadians. So we'll see how that impacts their overall performance.
Yeah, again, you kind of mentioned that you got a lot of a better part of the Norway OWC team on the side of Grease Monkey Deluxe as well. Penguinzy and Melver kind of representing from that aspect there. They do have their manager, Paper Candle, as well, who is from Norway. Unfortunately, they will not be participating in this match, seeing as Grease Monkey Deluxe has a full team of 6. But, you know, again, another potential option, just someone with some potential experience, maybe a potential World Cup candidate for Norway this year to help them out in their strategies against what I, kind of talked up the other day as a very consistent Canadian team here on SWAGLORDS. They know exactly what they're doing with these longer picks. They have experience in high pressure situations, whether or not it be through the World Cups or through a lot of, a host of other tournaments here as well. You mentioned a lot of the OWC players they have on their side are, from years that Canada has placed top 3 as well. So a lot of them are, kind of like secured in their positions as being, very influential for this country in terms of their strategies. We got a double DT ban for both of these teams here. Nobody wants to touch speed.
Fair enough, I guess. Also worth noting, both these teams are 1-1 right now, so kind of a similar situation to the last matchup that we covered. We have one team. I'm not too sure if the other team is 3-0 right now, but both these teams are 1-1, so this will be pretty impactful in terms of where they seed in their respective groups.
Well, leaves, some play between these two teams. Unfortunately, that does mean I believe that we're looking at a 3rd to 4th place finish for either of these teams rather than the 2 to 3 we saw earlier. Math?
Could be.
I don't know.
We'll get confirmation on that at some point, I imagine. But yeah. Both of these teams, I believe, have shared quite a few maps in common. We'll see what they opt to go for first here on the Canadian side, just by looking through their MP links. I think Canada probably going to want to go with some hidden maps, if anything.
Yeah, I definitely think they're maybe looking for that route. We saw them look very solid on the DT1. Actually, might be a great pick for them eventually in this match. They are going to go for the free mod too. They had a good mod roster for this map as well. I believe Too Slow, if I remember correctly, put up what was an FC on this pick in one of their previous matches, if I'm remembering correctly. So great scores potential.
I'm looking at the MPs right now, and it seems like Too Slow had a 12 miss with no mod. Oh wait, no, that's a different map. Never mind. My bad.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah, I'm looking through it right now, and it seems like the one time they have played this, Finopoly went hard rock on this, got about 600k hidden on Jamara, just under 400k. So not a bad team score overall, but we'll see if they can improve it for this match.
Oh, I'm totally thinking of Hard Rock 1, not Free Mod. That's what I'm thinking of. Whoops.
They're kind of similar, and both these teams actually have played this. Free Mod 2, Grease Monkey actually did pretty well on. They had slight overmod, Kablaze, Yerkut both going hidden, and Zoomer on the hidden Hard Rock, with Melver on the no mod FC from Melver on this. We'll see if they can replicate that, but overall, a 2.8 million team score from them in comparison to the 2.2 million that the Canadians had.
Well, uphill battle for SWAGLORDS at the start of this map, it seems, but they are confident enough to pick this right out of the gate here, maybe hoping
they might have
some improvements.
They might have just had an unlucky run for their first match. Who knows?
Happens, yeah, definitely happens. They've had some tragic performances actually, but we've seen the Canadians here put up some great scores on other maps, so it's safe to say that they certainly have the skill in order to go up against this. We've got Yerkut and Kablaze on the hidden for Grease Monkey Deluxe, Bunny Like Money on the Hard Rock, easily their best Hard Rock player right now. Yerkut and Kablaze on hidden on anything that exists in the AR approach rating 8 to 9 zone is just the strongest you could ever put up on this. Finopoly finding an early break on the Hard Rock, but still probably going to be confident, and then Jamara on the hidden here.
The only real change from both these rosters from the last time they played this is Bunny Like Money on the Hard Rock rather than Zoomer on the hidden Hard Rock. We'll see how it plays out for them. A lot of misses coming in that section there. Complete combo reset on the side of SWAGLORDS. It's just Kablaze now with the only combo in the lobby. Finopoly actually very far behind, but nonetheless, second highest combo in the lobby for him.
Strong combo for Kablaze on a little bit of an easier section right now to maybe burn some of the clock down. She looked way better than every other player in the lobby on that little flow aim section there, so maybe proving to be the hero that Grease Monkey Deluxe is going to need to see at the starting of this match. Again, SWAGLORDS first picking this, maybe a bit of an interesting choice. They didn't exactly have the strongest of team scores to back up this pick, but they're maintaining connection right now as Kablaze drops the last major combo for Grease Monkey Deluxe. Now this becomes a bit more of an interesting pick.
Jamara and Woofle, however, trading their combos as well. 3 high combos on the side of Grease Monkey compared to the 2 on the side of SWAGLORDS. They're going to need a bit more than that. You're going to need to see a couple misses from some of the high combos on the side of Grease Monkey here. There goes Yerkut. That's one of them. Jamara and Woofle trade for it, but it's going to still favor SWAGLORDS slightly as Melver also drops. There goes Bunny Like Money. Finopoly is the only combo remaining on either team right now. And there might just be enough time to barely clinch the lead here.
Ooh.
Barely.
Does he
maybe.
Have it? Oh my gosh.
I don't think so. It's just going to be barely under. Yeah, barely under 1,000.
If he didn't drop that 100 at the ending, he had it. Oh no.
Oh my
100.
God.
Wow. 700k with Hard Rock.
That is a horrible way to lose your first point. Absolutely heartbreaking from SWAGLORDS on their first pick, nonetheless. That is a horrible way to go out.
I feel for that. Wow, not really a stellar performance on any player from Grease Monkey Deluxe as well. I mean, every single one of them sitting at 500k or below, and Vinopoly putting up almost 700,000 score for his team there. You know, I hate the term no help because I feel like it diminishes what the other players, you know, kind of put up there. But Vinopoly really needed one of his teammates to be able to go with him on that pick. And unfortunately, left to his own devices at the end, Grease Monkey Deluxe just did not break soon enough with that big early score that they had. And a break point to start the match off. Not the best scenario for Swaglords there, but they're going to look to maybe continue on and see if they can bring something back. It was the first pick of the match. We are still left with quite a few opportunities in the remainder here.
I'm interested to see what Grease Monkey followed up with. Maybe they'll go for something a bit more out there since they got the first break point on something that they may not have been expecting to win.
Hoping that, you know, this doesn't get away from them this early in the match here. Again, you do see some of these teams kind of, you know, wavering, especially when you have to play, you know, 3 different matches on the exact same pool. It does, you know, give some variance in, you know, the plays on this. You start to set certain expectations for maps, or, you know, you think of a certain score and then, you know, that either leads to, you know, getting something higher or lower. And it really does kind of affect the way that you carry yourself through the match, as opposed to, you know, only playing something once or twice given winners or losers bracket in a standard match format. And maybe that has some effect on, you know, some of the predictability of the scores from either of these teams here. Grease Monkey Deluxe going to go for the hidden pick to start off, maybe relying a little bit on that Kablaze You're Cute combo here with the hidden at the start.
Kind of interesting to go into this, I think, because both times they played this against a Dream Squad, and in my opinion, they didn't break 2 million team score, so not terribly confident on this type of map. Comparison, we have Swaglords also playing this. It's very barely above 2 million against Dream Squad. It's another sort of toss-up pick for both of these teams.
Interesting. I mean, maybe they're taking a look at just how Swaglords' hidden players fared on that free mod too, you know, with Jamara maybe struggling a little bit more than they expected him to, and, you know, hoping that they are just more uncomfortable thinking, you know, because I guess the line of thinking, you put one of your better hidden players in for something like that. If you're only running the one hidden and maybe everyone else is just slightly less confident, given the fact that hidden 1 and free mod 2 are not the same approach rating range, but, you know, in terms of like how awkward it would be for a hidden player, they do have the Vesperit on the side of Swaglords as well, though, who is generally a solid hidden player on these, you know, both picks. Maybe we'll see a bit of a difference before that.
Who knows? Both these players relatively evenly matched on this, just by looking at the score lines on their previous times that they've played this. So we'll see how it goes. Hidden 1, a lot more aim control oriented than your standard hidden one, as you can see from some of the swing rhythms and flow aim here. It's all about cursor control for this, as you see early drop from JP, your Q.
Well, JP is a consistent player. You know, we've seen a lot of the good scores from, you know, the known hidden and even Hard Rock players on the Hard Rock picks dropping at the starting of these picks. And maybe just a sign of getting comfortable with things. He does still have the accuracy, as Genderbender does drop a large combo for Swaglords. Really all that's going to do is bring this match a little bit back close to even for these two teams here, as JP does start to build up a larger combo. But Melver chain misses along with Money Like Money.
Vesperit trades one of those drops, and Kablaze also drops. Not what you want to see. Wuffle trades that. Vinopoly, however, still holding. Okay, well, there goes that.
It's a hard section.
Yeah, no FCs remaining on the board. Your Cute actually slider breaking, and that was a Bancho miss, so Your Cute actually still FCing, and the only combo remaining right now. He's going to be seeing that at the break here.
I JP is easily, in my mind, the best hidden player in this lobby, having a fairly deep knowledge of what all these players are good at. I mean, JP is the hidden player in this lobby, right? Like, this is what he plays for everything, regardless of skill set. And you can see just how comfortable he is through these wiggles, through these higher spacing patterns and awkward bits here. 99.7% accuracy, as Bunny Like Money and Kablaze and Melver all break his teammates around him, not holding anything. Luckily, Vinopoly, Genderbender, and Woofle all dropping their combos now, and Vespirit does not have enough to go up against him. JP will be able to solo carry.
It's just JP. It's the JP story on this one. Vespirit trying his best to counter it, but just does not have enough combo to do anything with a 200k score gap and climbing just barely near the end of the map here. And it seems like JP has done enough to secure themselves at this point. Very solid performance from him on this.
Just that early miss/slider break from him, he's going to put up a fantastic combo into the ending here, doing more than enough for his team. 800,000 score and climbing. He's going to come close to that 900k by the ending here with this accuracy. He has 99.61, far more confident than every other player in the lobby, and that's a 400,000 score victory brought about by that performance from him. What a play to get them their own point.
That's such an unlucky slider break. But even then, he's still done more than enough for his team.
Oh, man. Vespirit on the side of SWAGLORDS put up a great performance as well. We talked about him being a good hidden player there for 100s. Unfortunately, some of those high spacing, wiggle patterns, and they're really proving to be difficult for the aim control to consistently play through. And really no combo to match up with JP there. Honestly, that was the big difference. All the other players on a very even playing field there between 5 and 600k. Now we go next pick. Do the Canadians find something that they are confident on over their opponents here, or do they potentially drop a second break point? For their sakes, I hope that they have something up their sleeves to get them back into this match. Otherwise, this is going to prove very difficult for them, even in a best of 9, losing 3 points at the beginning.
I think I can kind of see maybe a No Mod 1 or Hard Rock 1 pick. They did fairly well on the No Mod 1 last time, Genderbender with an FC and then a couple 600Ks here and there from the rest of their team. So that is a somewhat valid option if they want to go for that. Granted, No Mod 1, obviously, no one really has the most consistent time on No Mod 1s unless you're a exclusively aim player.
Yeah, what are your thoughts, I guess, for the Canadians right now in terms of skill sets that they might be better than, GMD on here? Because I am having a hard time. Oh, they know.
Precision, apparently.
All right.
They go for Hard Rock, too.
I guess reviewing the rosters for these teams, this does make a little bit of sense here. I definitely thought that they might try the Hard Rock 1 to give maybe Marwin that free FC with the Hard Rock 1. He put it up yesterday, but they do have, good Hard Rock players to back him up, and maybe just hoping the precision as a 4-player roster for Grease Monkey Deluxe is a little bit less strong across the board than theirs. Bunny Like Money is really like the one quote unquote Hard Rock player I can pick out on the side of Grease Monkey Deluxe, maybe a little bit of Melver. Most other players on here I really don't see playing Hard Rock quite as much, so I think it's a little bit more difficult for me to kind of say where they would be strong enough to match on this.
Let's see if either of these teams played this before, real quick.
Well,
doesn't actually seem like... Oh, no, never mind. One time that SWAGLORDS have played this, they got a 1.7 mil, and I don't think... Yeah, I'm not seeing... Oh, no, never mind. The one time that Grease Monkey played it, they got a also 1.7 mil, so...
Oh, so very similar to that... the first few picks, I think there were close score margins between the two, maybe. Potentially, again, SWAGLORDS may be hoping that they just have a big performance from one really strong player on this to kind of bring them through. If it works for Grease Monkey Deluxe on the hidden pick, surely it can work on a Hard Rock pick for SWAGLORDS, as we do see quite a few breaks coming out from both sides here. You're Cute and Melver and Jamara and Vespirit having the most trouble on both of these teams here. Penguinsy, Bunny Like Money, Too Slow, and Vinopoly matching each other at the onset here. Really is just a bit of an accuracy difference for the Canadians right now. The next big break will absolutely decide the future of this pick for them as another double break comes out from Grease Monkey Deluxe. And there goes Penguinsy with the supporting score, and now Open
Vinopoly drops the FC. Bunny Like Money is the only combo on the side of Grease Monkey, so this is still going to be in favor of Swaglords with Jamara and Too Slow recovering their combo nicely here, but this is kind of on a razor's edge right now.
Because they have less combo, they do need Too Slow and Jamara to both hold to combat Bunny Like Money right now. As we approach the last quarter of this pick coming up here, we really cannot afford to see a break from either of these major scores in order for this to go one way or the other. The Canadians continue to pull score over to their side, about 150,000 score in their favor. They do have breathing room as Penguinsy gets slow slidered.
And Vinopoly and Vesperit as well, holding on to their combo as Yurkia and Penguinsy just not having a fun time recovering right now. So overall, better recovery. Jamara and Melver trade. It's all about Bunny Like Money right now. Just holding on to the FC, but even then, I don't think it's enough. There's just too much supporting combo on the side of Swaglords, and there goes Bunny Like Money. Just like that, this pick is over.
That is it. Bunny Like Money was the best Hard Rock player on their side, like we mentioned, but it unfortunately was not enough, especially with Too Slow bringing up the full combo after his very early break. Marwin being the carry once again for the Hard Rock on the side of Swaglords. He carried them on Hard Rock 1. Why wouldn't he carry them on Hard Rock 2? Their 800,000 score, one miss early on in the map to be 300,000 score higher than his next closest teammate, and that little 30,000 score difference between Bunny Like Money there, and an overall good performance from the Canadians there, honestly. Almost every single player actually just period higher than the other players on the side of Grease Monkey Deluxe there. So they were far more confident on that Hard Rock pick and may lead them to pick Hard Rock 1 later on in this match.
Very solid pick from them on that. They're going to need a break point at some point in this match, though. We'll see if Grease Monkey give them that with their next pick.
No, wiggle room.
Kind of interested to see what they decide to pick. I'm not too sure Hidden 2 would be a good idea, even after winning Hidden 1 and Free Mod 2. But it seems somewhat likely that they would probably go for that more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think it very much does for Grease Monkey Deluxe depend on how Kablaze and JP feel on these hidden picks, right? I mean, those are your two kind of resident hidden players on this team. Most other players on their team maybe can play hidden, but, you really do rely on those specialists to put up the higher scores for you. They're going to go for the free mod again, so maybe they're just thinking they can run the JP hidden combo and then put up a really good Hard Rock on Bunny Like Money and see what they can do with the overall combos.
I mean, this one's also kind of fair, since Grease Monkey did play this against, in my opinion, for one of their matches. Their team score was just shy of 4 million, so...
Oh!
They had a triple FC and a 1 miss on Penguinsy on the Hard Rock with 960k, so take that as you will.
That's insane.
Maybe they're looking to replicate that. Who knows? But they are definitely confident on this pick, I'll tell you that much for sure.
Well, it is certainly an interesting pick between these two teams. We do have some decent tapping comfortable players on either side here. One of those notably, I think, on the side of Swaglords being Jamara, their kind of resident speed player overall. Too Slow as well, absolutely one of like the known speed players for Canada, especially for when he played OWC for them as a big component of their victory. Bunny Like Money going to be taking the Hard Rock as we expected, and of course JP on the hidden. Nothing surprising there. Penguinsy going for the Hard Rock is definitely something that I didn't expect quite as much, but if he is less comfortable with the density of this map, the Hard Rock will absolutely help him out because he is certainly comfortable on the tapping aspect of this map.
Custom song for this round robin stage, brought to you by Fergus, custom mapper for this. It's much more akin to what you'd expect from a breakcore map. If you've played Xenobeat, welcome to Xenobeat Part 2. Jamara, Vesperit trading early misses. Penguinsy as well, finding an early miss, but no one else on the side of Grease Monkey. So slight combo advantage in favor of Grease Monkey in the early stages of this map here.
There's Penguinzy again. The Hard Rock maybe proving to be just a little bit too difficult for Penguinzy compared to that density. I definitely didn't expect him to have too much trouble playing through a lot of these patterns on here. But all three of his teammates holding strong here. Melver and Yurcute suffering just a little bit on the accuracy, but Jamara is certainly securing their score lead for now. As Melver does find a break before that Buzz Slider, though, that's going to even the combos out between these two FCs on either side now. Vespirit has a big supporting combo slightly higher than Penguinzy, and Jamara and Melver perfectly matching each other, so this score lead really isn't going to go anywhere for Grease Monkey Deluxe right now.
Actually, it's going in favor of SWAGLORDS very slightly.
The ACK, maybe? The ACK?
Very slightly.
It is. It's
40K.
JP's ACK.
It's going to 40K now from 70K, and we'll see if it goes any further. I don't think so. Now with Jamara dropping a miss there, probably going to be halting its advance.
I mean,
we're actually going the opposite way now.
Yeah, Woofle on 99 can only do so much. They needed the supporting, and there goes Bunny!
Now, and that just immediately shifts it over. Right now, SWAGLORDS now in the lead with that miss alone. It's just Yurcute holding on to the FC. Not the best accuracy, going up against two FCs. One of them a hidden Hard Rock FC, mind you.
That's
and there's
nuts.
just no combo on the side of Grease Monkey to counteract these three high combos right now.
Oh, man. Too Slow looking amazing on this hidden Hard Rock, as he has so far with the Hard Rock. And all of these picks, he finishes out with the FC. And Woofle, 99.26% accuracy. Unfortunately, will not be getting the perfect combo with a slider end dropped, but the accuracy well higher than the next closest player in the lobby there. You've got perfect combos on Too Slow and JP there. JP and both sitting at the 97% accuracies, but confident in Bunny like money. That one slider break, just absolutely tragic into the ending of that pick. Unfortunately, it would not have won them the map, but it certainly would have made this rather close.
Very solid team performance compared to SWAGLORD's previous score on this. I believe they got 2.5 million, so improving that by about 700K. Definitely something I think they can live with as they take the breakpoint back. 2-2 now, tied up. So they get into their next pick here.
That's what they were looking for, and it happened in very close fashion. We've seen this happen now in 2 matches so far, right? You get a break point and you take one back immediately. Then this match kind of just gets right back on track here. There's 3 picks left in the match for both of these teams here potentially, and one of them could either win this or we'll maybe get to see Bat Country again. We've seen it a couple times this weekend so far, and we've seen some pretty insane performances across the board on this map, which is quite difficult. But Canadians, again, they looked good on the Hard Rock 2, and the Hard Rock player, especially Too Slow, looking great on that free mod 1. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up going for Hard Rock 1 at some point in this match if he's feeling good across the board here. It does put a lot of pressure on, but if he can find that score once again, it certainly would put them back in the lead here.
I'm not too sure what the Canadians would pick for their second pick. I do think maybe No Mod 5, just looking at a head-to-head matchup, might be a potential possibility for them. Hard Rock 2 is going to be it, though, which is... Yeah, this is probably smarter, considering they won Hard Rock 2.
Yeah, I like this. It's kind of what I thought would happen. It was a big performance from Too Slow to win them this map initially. And they've had some good backing today, but again, it really has been a lot of Too Slow performing on these Hard Rock picks in order to win them, especially against Bunny Like Money, who has also looked really confident on the mod combination as a whole. So they might have a little bit of a battle for this pick, but I firmly believe that this is a solid direction for them to go if they go basically 3 Hard Rock picks in a row with Too Slow being a huge performer.
Yeah, well, Hard Rock 1, what you expect it to be. Generic aim. Brought to you by Okaratu. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I think I did.
We'll see. I think you...
If I get flamed in staff chat, then I'll know.
Unlucky. Well, we'll see what both of these teams put up here. I imagine it's going to be a very similar roster to what we saw on Free Mod 1, more so than Hard Rock 2, I think. Hard Rock 1 really not very precision dependent for this. And yeah, so it seems to be the same roster we saw for Free Mod 1 on the side of Grease Monkey Deluxe, and a couple switches out for SWAGLORDS here. We see Vespirit and Genderbender subbing in, I believe, Vinopoly as well, actually, so a 3-player switch on the side of SWAGLORDS.
Obviously too slow. Going to be remaining in after the hit in Hard Rock FC and the Hard Rock 2 carry, so not too surprised to see him stay in. Early stages of the map here. Miss from Vinopoly is all there is to really say. Penguin Z trades it. So pretty much dead even in the early stages here. A slight favor to SWAGLORDS, now a bit more favored with Melver also finding a miss.
Looking for any major slip-ups from either of these teams here that could affect the later part of this pick here. This Hard Rock 1 being over 3 minutes long does give them a little bit of breathing room on these early breaks here, but they can't find too many, especially with JP only being on 50 combo now. They've dropped 3 combos. It's just Vinopoly with the break. You've got solid accuracies all around the lobby here as well. 97, high 97s to 98s. Bunny Like Money, of course, sitting up at that 99% here again. We mentioned Bunny Like Money. The big Hard Rock player is too slow, drops an FC for SWAGLORDS. He will not be full comboing this map again, but luckily Penguinzy drops a supporting score for the side of Grease Monkey Deluxe. SWAGLORDS only needs one of these FCs to hold up to match up against Bunny Like Money, but man, his accuracy shows he's confident.
Yeah, it's just a combo game at this point for SWAGLORDS. Vesperate drops a high combo, but it's not going to be the end of the world, all things considered. Vinopoly is there with basically an FC, might as well just call it an FC, 80 combo behind it. So he's countering Melver's high recovery combo. JP also going to be finding an early miss, or not early miss, but a miss nonetheless, which will give...
Supporting combo's gone on the side of Grease Monkey Deluxe for the most part, really. It's Melver to support Bunny Like Money right now. Vinopoly and Genderbender both basically on what are full combos that Bunny Like Money, Genderbender trade.
Not just complete combo reset. Vinopoly miss is going to matter a lot more. Melver does not trade that. 1/4 of the map remaining. They have a chance to build up a score lead here. They maintain these combos.
Got supporting scores on Grease Monkey Deluxe being higher than they are on the side of SWAGLORDS. They only have a little bit of room to work with here. I mean, it's maybe 160,000 score between these two teams, and Melver drops the big combo, and that is going... Oh, and Penguinzy too!
Penguinzy to add even more. Yeah, that is tragic. Those are the 2 high combos just gone entirely. JP... Bunny Like Money trying their best, but it's a 100k score gap and not much map remaining. I think this is going to be a safe SWAGLORDS victory on this. Very solid overall team score. Not
in the direction they certainly wanted to win in, but a triple 600k plus score and 1 mid 500k from Vesperit there, and they were just the stronger team across the board there. Bunny Like Money, 1 slider break on that pick there. Genderbender with a single miss as well, so both of them potential to full combo that pick. Luckily, they matched each other for the entire duration there, but no solo carry for SWAGLORDS on that one. Luckily for them, Too Slow has certainly put his work in on the free mod 1 in Hard Rock 2. So, they let him catch a little bit of a break there. Vinopoly and Genderbender saying, you know what, we got you. We'll put up the 700Ks. We'll match this up and get the win on that one. Little close fashion, 110K-ish score lead for them, but certainly more than enough to bring them into the win there. And they are now going to take their first lead of this match.
Was their pick. Grease Monkey gets to follow up with their pick, and we'll see what they opt to go for here. Probably seeing Hidden 2, I imagine, just based on how Fremod 2 and Hidden 1 went. Fremod 2 a bit closer than they'd like, I imagine, but in terms of the Hidden scores, okay.
Ooh. Tech time.
We love sliders here. This is a very slider-oriented map. A lot of fast sliders and some slider ticks that you have to make sure not to slider break on here.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess this pick does kind of make sense. There's in terms of like notable slider aim players I can pick out on the side of SWAGLORDS, not quite as many, but I think the thing that's making me concerned for this is I can't really pick out too many slider aim players on the side of Grease Monkey Deluxe either, which is kind of funny. You're picking this map in, and I can't really see on either team who would like be a huge difference maker. I'm guessing Grease Monkey Deluxe is basically just relying on the fact that they will maybe be performing better as a whole roster roster than SWAGLORDS, but maybe they clearly know something that I don't here.
Let's see how it goes for them. Lose this, they're down match point. The SWAGLORDS get their next pick after that.
Well, I mean, sliders is one thing, to be able to play, but in the Snow Mod 4, you throw the slider tick into the middle of some of these longer sliders, and you leave a lot of, vulnerable spots for these, good players here. We saw this earlier, especially with players like Decaton and Kama in the previous match here, who are normally, guaranteed FCs on maps like this. Both of them found breaks multiple times throughout this pick, so, and, I don't really seem to see any player that I would put up the same level in this map. But again, they know something we don't. We've got a 3-way SS from the start on SWAGLORDS here. It really doesn't matter. It's just something cool to note. Do see a bit of an early break from Kablaze there. It will not matter in the slightest. And as we get into the first bit of this map here, we're really going to see who's confident on these sliders. For the sake of Grease Monkey Deluxe, we hope it's them, but they miss on the first phase stream.
No one missing on the first slider tick slider there. Seems like everyone on SWAGLORDS feeling pretty confident in that regard, not getting tripped up by any of them. Though, okay, as soon as I say that, Woofle does get tripped up, but still going to be favoring SWAGLORDS with 3 FCs to 2 right now.
Big slider, Kablaze and Cute get caught out by this large slider section. I imagine we're going to see more breaks here unless people have really practiced these slider ticks. There goes Vinopoly, another big combo, but not before 3 of the major ones have broken on Grease Monkey Deluxe. It is now just Melver versus Vesper, and Vinopoly was a Bancho miss too, actually, so it is still 3 Genderbender getting Banchoed as well there, actually. Recovered immediately, and that whole section just absolutely dominated by the Canadian side here as they take a 200,000 score lead.
You can see the Canadians are having a wonderful time trying to follow the sliders during that entire section. I think Vesper in particular was just cheesing the hell out of them.
Accuracy
only going for the slider ticks. Who needs accuracy when you have combo?
Oh, and Melver misses on the wide angle aim. Oh no, that was their biggest combo, now gone on the slow section here, and this is really just going to serve to solidify this for SWAGLORDS. I mean, 3 FCs going through the ending of this slow section here is pretty solid for a victory, unless we see a 4-way break from them, and then all these combos in Grease Monkey Deluxe hold.
And it's also worth noting, even with those 3 FCs, Woofle has the highest accuracy in the lobby. So his score is still also very good.
I mean, this isn't even a bad score from Grease Monkey Deluxe. Oh, and that's what the 3-way chain miss on the stream, and this is the scenario we talked about. The combos hold on Grease Monkey Deluxe, and everyone breaks on SWAGLORDS, and now they have the opportunity, but they double break. It's just Bunny Like Money and Melver to hold the combos, and it might not be enough. I don't know if there's enough time here at the ending. They needed Kablaze and JP to hold.
Yeah, 400k score gap. I don't think there's enough time here. The break from Bunny Like Money, I think that kind of just seals the deal. Very solid team performance overall from SWAGLORDS on that, and just unfortunately for Grease Monkey having the worst possible breaks at the worst possible time. It's going to be break point and match point now for SWAGLORDS.
So close in the ending. Melver and Bunny Like Money bringing up the massive combos, and only about 150,000 score difference between these two teams into the ending. SWAGLORDS making it through the hardest section of that map with the 3-way FC did wonders for them in the ending here. I mean, you can see there's virtually the same scores on both sides. I mean, we see the 500Ks. It really is just the difference between the Canadians have a third 500K and Grease Monkey Deluxe not having a third one there. And an S rank from Woofle, no misses on him. Oh, that was close.
This is the dire situation that we were talking about earlier. Grease Monkey now have to win both of these upcoming picks. SWAGLORDS have their pick on match point. We'll see what they decide to go to capitalize off of it.
Last opportunity here. This is the scenario that Grease Monkey Deluxe does not want to be in. Kind of a big turnaround from the start of this match. I mean, SWAGLORDS, they started off a little bit rough around the edges. They're losing their first pick, and then having Grease Monkey Deluxe being able to consolidate it. They started up 2-0, and now they are down with the potential to fully lose this match here. So not the scenario they kind of expected to see as a big flip here. They are going to need some big performances from their players here on the SWAGLORDS pick in order to really, really stay in this match, and it's going to be a tough one.
We're going to be seeing a no mod 1 pick here, possibly. I'm not too sure what they would go for, honestly. They won the generic and they won the tech, so no mod 5 is a possibility, but you also have no mod 1 just staring at you there. Nope, there's no mod 5. So going for the tech after no mod 4 win.
That's that, you know, I get it. They've had, you know, they have good reading players and good aim players on their side. I think, you know, I've kind of mentioned Vespirit's going to be a big player for them. He's really good at this sort of thing. We've also seen Woofle perform well across picks like this. And yeah, you know, I'm not entirely sure what the rest of their roster as well, but I think kind of similar to Grease Monkey Deluxe, a lot of these kind of lower-ish AR awkward picks are very much going to be relying on the performances from players like JP. We'll see. I really don't know what to expect on this pick, though. I mean, again, we've seen so many, you know, rosters show up in these early stages here that have good reading players that I like pick out as like, yep, you're a reading player. This is what you do. This is what, you know, I kind of expect. And on both of these teams here, you know, those numbers of players are definitely lower than what we've seen before. So, you know, it does make it harder to kind of predict exactly what's going to happen on this No Mod 5.
Just looking at the head-to-head matchups, pretty much dead even for both of these teams. No one breaking above 2 million any time that they played this. So see if they can get the 1 carry performance from one of the players here this time around. See what happens. Too slow swapping out. It's going to be Genderbender, Jamara, Woofle, and Vespirit. Same roster as always for Grease Monkey, it seems like. Kablaze is swapping in for Penguinsy, I believe, unless that happened the prior match, or the prior map.
Well, here we go. This will be the telling tale of what's really going to happen at the ending of this match here. Will Grease Monkey Deluxe have the opportunity to continue to stay in this, or will SWAGLORDS close this one out? Early slow start. Nothing too crazy here.
And then it starts really picking up right around here, where you can see a lot of the doubles, space doubles. Very snap-oriented map here, snap-aim-oriented. Gonna be catching out Jamara, Woofle, JP, Melver, and Bunny Like Money, all dropping combos in the early stages here. Pretty much mostly dead even drops, though. So no advantage, really, to either team, as Genderbender also drops the FC. But Bunny Like Money and Kablaze trade it. That is a slight combo advantage now in favor of SWAGLORDS.
Well, that's what they're looking for. They want this early lead. Bunny Like Money finding a second break there is going to push the score further in their favor as they look to capitalize on these early breaks from JP as well. There's really no combo being held up here. Jamara does drop a sizable one, and as well as Vespirit. So that's a lot of the big combos now gone for SWAGLORDS. Their big lead gain is really not going to go anywhere here. Vespirit continuing finding breaks here. The accuracies are suffering on SWAGLORDS right now, which is why this score lead is so close at this halfway point.
And we were saying this is going to be pretty much dead even. That's what we have right now. Score gap is is moving in the favor of Grease Monkey. Very slightly here, though. Any miss is going to shift that in an instant.
Man, the breaks from Vespirit not helping as well. He's really not quite been able to hold up a fantastic combo so far. And Jamara's accuracy, despite having a 300 combo, is so low that he is actually below what Vespirit is putting up right now. So they've got some work cut out for them on the side of SWAGLORDS right now, especially with 4 big combos being held on the side of Grease Monkey Deluxe. We've talked about Cute and Kablaze, and they're putting the work in right now as Jamara finds a break, and that's going to throw it over to Grease Monkey Deluxe here. They have a 4-way big combo being held right now, and there is nothing stopping them, it seems.
Oh, if they can get a note lock on these patterns here, but it seems like it's going to be SWAGLORDS that have it, unfortunately. There goes Genderbender and Jamara. Only Woofle on the high combo. JP trades it. Woofle is gone, and I think that might just seal it.
Blaze and Melver, they're going in at the ending of this map here, both looking extremely comfortable. 97+% accuracy on both of them as well. Looking so strong into the remainder of this pick. Over 200,000 score in the lead for them right now. Vespirit cannot do this by himself. Jamara does not have nearly enough supporting combo with Gender Bender as well. And a great break point coming out from GreaseMonkey.
They needed it to stay alive, and they manage it regardless. Blaze, very solid score from her at the very ending of it here. Melver as well, not too far behind.
Good accuracies on both of them too, to be noted. You know, we've seen a lot of players come through this with good combos and not so good accuracies, and both of them sitting fairly high. Melver is going to fall just a little bit below 97 here at the ending as he tries to keep his combo, which is definitely the smart play here, but Kablaze, she is staying true to the rhythm. Just barely going to come shy of 98% accuracy at the ending, but man, what a great recovery from both of them to bring their team to a solid break point in the ending there. Just a single miss from Kablaze throughout the duration of that pick. Melver as well, that early break, and well comfortable into a lead.
Well, the final pick of the match now. GreaseMonkey need to win this for tiebreaker. What do they decide to go for here?
Well,
not too sure, honestly.
I mean, Hidden 2, maybe.
I'm thinking Hidden 2, because just based on how they did on Hidden 1. Okay, never mind, DT.
Oh.
That is not a pick that you can do. Because that is banned.
It is Hidden 2. Okay,
there it is. Okay. So what we expected for the most part. Definitely focus on Yercute and Kablaze for this one on GreaseMonkey, as those are going to be your two players that are far and away the best hidden players on the team.
Yeah, this is the smartest possible place that DELUXE can look for, right? I mean, you win the free mod 2, which is, you know, a low AR pick, you know, being AR 8.5, and then you win Hidden 1 immediately following, which is like a low BPM kind of control hidden pick, and the next pick that you take is the no mod 5, which is your next AR 9 kind of aim control gimmick. So the logical place to go now, of course, is going to be your Hidden 2. Bring it back to be AR 8. Trust in your reading players who have looked so good on this match as a whole so far, and see if you can force that tiebreaker into the end. Now, with that being said, if we do go to tiebreaker, which team will have the advantage on this? I mean, SWAGLORDS have had such a good time with a lot of these consistency styled, you know, higher BPM aim picks here, and, you know, that map may favor them, but again, we've got to get there first, and GreaseMonkey DELUXE has surprised us in this matchup so far, so maybe looking to make some waves, turn this match around, especially after dropping a 2-0 lead early.
For those unaware of what this map is, low AR hidden, AR 8. It's the name of the game on this one. Have to be proficient with reading low AR, density. Also VTuber song. So there you go. Don't look at the background for when this actually comes up on stream. Just don't look at it.
Don't look. Nobody visualize it.
Unfortunately, we do not have 100% dim, so I guess it's kind of inevitable that we have to look at it. But in any case, couple of early breaks from both these teams, Vinopoly and Bunny Like Money, struggling in the early stages here.
I'm interested to see how Bunny Like Money does on a reading pick. You know, I at least personally think of Bunny Like Money as kind of like a mechanics-oriented player, so I'm very curious to see how well he performs on this pick. Obviously, he has an early break, but that technically won't matter too much as we actually get into the real part of this map here. Jamara as well, another surprising one. Definitely that kind of mechanic speed player I normally pin in my mind, but I've been surprised by crazier things. But no, both of them do find the most trouble at the start of this pick. JP, however, finds a break, and that one's a little bit more surprising.
Luckily for JP, Melver is holding on to the FC as well as Kablaze to counteract Vinopoly and Gender Bender right now. The other combos on the side of SWAGLORD, they're just not having a fun time. Melver! What was that?
Wow.
What was that slider?
I'm rewatching on Twitch to see exactly what just happened there. Oh, it looked like he like over tapped on the slider and it broke him. Oh no.
And Monopoly just misses immediately after on the slow section. So I guess it doesn't really matter that much, thankfully, for Melver. But man, that was crazy.
I mean, this is just a disaster for both teams with some of these unfortunate breaks right now. Luckily, both sides have at least one player, as I see that Kablaze and Yurcute are both gone, and Genderbender at a 99.83% play is just going to run through the remainder of this map, gaining score for the side of SWAGLORDS, and may possibly prevent this comeback from Grease Monkey Deluxe from happening as he hits all of these aim patterns.
Drops the accuracy on this aim section, but he does hold through the combo. Not anymore, but it doesn't matter because look at the combos on Grease Monkey. There's none. They got nothing.
It's Best Spirit time. That's what it is. The 450 combo built up. I should not have said his name. I'm sorry, Best Spirit. It is now Jamara time versus JP, which, you know, fortunately for SWAGLORDS is basically going to mean there's no score being gained for Grease Monkey Deluxe here. However, we do still have a quarter of this map left to go, and there is a decent bit of note density. If we do see breaks from Jamara or Vinopoly here, the score lead could start to go back towards Grease Monkey Deluxe a little bit. They do have big-ish combos on Yurcute, Melver, and Kablaze, enough so that they could bring some score back here, but it's going to be close.
The issue is that Bunny Like Money is very not comfortable on this tour. So it's I can't speak. This type of map. It's been a long day.
Been a long day for both of these teams here too, as we see a double break come out from Bunny Like Money and Yurcute, and that is basically just going to prevent anything from happening now on the side of Grease Monkey Deluxe. Spirit and Genderbender both going to drop their combos there. That's two of the lower combos on the side of SWAGLORDS, if anything, so the big ones are really the ones that are going to matter here. Oh, it's a full fade ray reset, and that is just it.
That's going to seal the deal. Not enough map left. 300k score gap. SWAGLORDS going to be taking their victory 5-3 against Grease Monkey Deluxe.
Wow. That's a big finish for SWAGLORDS there, bringing it back into the ending. And they come back from a 2-0 deficit to win that match in confident fashion, 5-3 with space in between. Unfortunate for Grease Monkey Deluxe. They will be, I believe, taking... God, does that mean they get last place in the group?
I think it does, yeah. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah. Unlucky. Group done. That is last place in the group, I believe, for Grease Monkey Deluxe, and SWAGLORDS will be taking second. Or third? Third.
Something like that.
Were they both 1 and 2?
They were both 1 and 1.
Oh, they were 1 and 1, so this was the second 3 matchup. Okay, I thought it was 1 and, or was it was a different. All right, we're good. We're good. So it was 1 and 1. That does mean second to third place matchup. So decent performances for both of these teams in the end. But
well,
you know, yeah, the big ending to the match there. We have another match coming up immediately after. It's going to be Starbound versus Rubber Conquest. That's going to be coming up very shortly. So we're going to take a very, very, very tiny break in between just because we don't have quite as much time. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back with you for more matches coming up in Round Robin Corsace Open this year.
See you guys later.